Hello, Altars Gate Church, family, and friends. Pastor Randy here today with our daily devotional. I'm actually sitting in the room right off of the Gubeck Center, and I noticed when I walk through here occasionally, lots of people are in this room spending time in fellowship and growing friendships. You know, as we talk about real help for real life, one of the things I'd like to share with you today is about having real friends. And I think it's really important to have good friendships when you go through seasons of life, and especially in the season of life we find ourselves in right now. So as we are dealing with our new rhythms of life, which Pastor Emily talked about on Sunday, thinking about how do we deal with things like anxiety or fears or grief or depression or feelings of loneliness, I think one of the answers to that is lies in our friendships and people that we can talk to and find support and care and acceptance from. Of course, I think it's important that we not only find friends, but that we be friends to others as well. I'm reminded that Proverbs 27:9 says this: oil and perfume make the heart glad. So does the sweetness of a friend's counsel that comes from the heart. So what does it take to be a good friend? I bet you can come up with your own list. There's a few things that I think about: care and concern for the other, trustworthiness, dependability, a listening ear, someone who's non-judgmental, time to check in with each other, being willing to pray with and for each other so that the trust that you have in your relationship grows. And of course, you want that trust there because you don't want a friend going around telling someone else about things that you're dealing with, and you don't want to do that to them either. And hopefully a friend gives good, godly advice as well. So we had a funny thing that we did when I was in college in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, FCA. Often in our leadership team, we ask each other, who's your friend? And that's because we wanted friendships to be vital in our FCA group. But we also knew another friend that was important to have in our lives, and that friend is Jesus. Jesus says to his disciples in John 15, I no longer call you servants, I call you friends. So it's important to acknowledge that Jesus is also our friend, and hopefully we're his friend as well. We're not supposed to do life alone, and during these days where we're looking for real help for real life, having real friends is really important. I'll be honest with you, I've been blessed to have a number of friends in my life, all the way from my elementary school to high school days to my college days to places that I have lived and worked along the way. And no, we are not necessarily in touch with each other every day, but we know we're thinking about each other and that we're only a phone call away. And I will also say to you, I'm so blessed to have my wife as my best friend, and that makes all the difference for me. During these days, it's good to have a friend. It's good to have friendships. And I want to encourage you to consider calling a friend or two today just to check in on them, see how they're doing, and just maybe to have some reacquaintance with them as well. And if you need connection and if you would like to build friendships, one of the things that we're preparing to offer here at Altars Gate UMC are 2 new small groups. They're going to start the first part of May, and I want to invite you to check out some information at the end of this devotional today where you can find out how you can connect to one of these 2 new small groups. And you'll be able to find a place for care, support, and where friendships can grow together. So I pray your friendship and your friendship to others will be a source of hope, help, care, acceptance, healing, and through our friendship with Jesus and others that we will know we are never alone. Have a great day, friend.